My wife has been leading a fake life for 2 years and it shocked me. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I am in the process of considering legal separation from my wife. We are both 48 years old and have been married 22 years. We have 3 children. I am the only one in the home that makes money as my spouse has been a stay-at-home mom for the last 2 years. 11 weeks ago I discovered that over the last 2 years she has had multiple emotional affairs with people who thought she was a 17-year-old girl. Our daughter initially discovered the affair and my wife made her keep it a secret for 6 months until she broke down and told the neighbors. I am at a loss as to what to do. I have retained an attorney and started the paperwork, but my wife is distraught about it because of the kids and she has nowhere to go. I basically have 2 paths to go down. I can reconcile with her, but given 6 affairs over 2 years and she says she fell in love with 3 of them who were 30 years younger than her, this is a very hard pill to swallow. My second option is divorce, which comes with a whole host of challenges. My wife has no job or income and where we live. She is automatically barred from alimony because of the affairs. She has no education, so can't get a job to support herself. I hesitate to push for anything other than full custody of our children given what she has done and the ages of these individuals. I don't think it would be helpful to allow the kids to stay with her. My lawyer says full custody given the situation should not be a problem, but I have concerns on how my spouse will take it. She is in therapy and they believe they know what is going on, but she only attends half the time and doesn't do the work that she is supposed to get better, which makes reconciliation even harder to consider. She says she wants to work it out and I am the most important person in her life. She says she can't live without me, however doesn't put the work in to do the things I need her to do to fix this shit. Fuck being the dumbass who stands by her side while she tries to figure out why she did what she did. Fuck standing by her side while she sits there and doesn't put any effort into understanding the pain she caused. What the F goes through the mind of cheaters? So I told the STBXW that I was going to end it, and I was amazed how she tried to turn our 3 kids on me and how I was breaking up the family. F you. The family was broken when you decided to cheat on me with your boy toys that are 30 years younger than you. She doesn't get the pain her messed up actions caused, and yes, I am effing bitter and full of resentment because the bottom line is these kids thought she was a 17-year-old girl as they jerk off together. So she basically threw a 22-year marriage away and her 3 kids for a lie. For a fantasy relationship that when the kids found out who she really was from the police, they were absolutely disgusted with her. Nothing ever would have come out of these relationships, and you tell me you fell in love with 3 of them and the deep connection you had with them allowed you to do the things you did. Oh please, you lied the entire time and you have some messed up wiring in your mind that makes you think any of this SHT is okay. Now I sit here trying to pick up the pieces with everything taken away from me and our kids. I sit here trying to figure out how a 14-year-old could steal my wife from me, or how an 18-year could convince my wife to do SHT she wouldn't do it with me as her husband, and how can I be jealous of these teenagers? I have to question what is wrong with me and why I can't just man up and move forward and forget this because, well, quite frankly, it's a messed up situation. Now my STBXW is getting divorce papers and is upset because my attorney mentions that she had online affairs with teenagers who were 30 years younger than her. She can't seem to understand why I would put that in there and how I could humiliate her like that in letting people know what she did so that she wouldn't be awarded custody of the children. So I guess I am curious if all cheaters are so self-centered. I mean, forget about the humiliation I endure in knowing that you not only cheated but with teenagers over me. Forget the humiliation I endured knowing that all our neighbors knew for months before the police showed up at our house for your cheating ass. Are they all the same? It was amazing this morning when she looked at me and questioned me why I was so angry. If I wasn't so angry she could talk to me and perhaps work things out, but because I was angry she can't talk. Well, F you don't get to tell me not to be angry. You choose to abuse a child over our marriage, so yes, I am pretty pissed off. You choose a child over our children, so yay, I get to be angry. You chose to lose your freedom and the kid didn't know who you were, he thought you were a 17-year-old girl. You are insane and you need help, but you don't get to bitch about me being angry because you brought that SHT into our home. In 1 month I will be taking my kids and moving to a new state and a new job. I am hoping that this new transition will help with the healing. For months now I have been dealing with the STBXW stupidity, and I will be honest, it still hurts that she chose to have an EA with a 14-year-old who didn't even know her real age of 48. She will get to remain behind bars and deal with her legal issues on her own. I still struggle at times with how my STBXW could choose minors over me and what they had that I didn't. I am struggling with how to tell my two youngest when we move that mom will not be there because she is a predator who pretended to be a 17-year-old girl to lure young boys in for online sex. I struggle with the anger I have towards her because of this sick shit. I struggle with the BS explanations from her therapist about just trying to make a perfect love story in her fantasy world and that it wasn't real. Yet my humiliation and pain sure feel real. The loss of my manhood sure feels real when your 48-year-old wife chooses a 14-year-old over you every night. She has started to beg to fix us because she knows that I have had enough of the BS and quite frankly struggling with how I could remain with an abuser. I think she is starting to realize that she will soon be left with nothing for a family as she chose to throw it all away for lies with these kids. She has spent the last week crying and begging me to stay while she gets help, but quite frankly I don't really give a dime as she has put me through some serious messed up situations. Does it make me a bad person that I don't really care about the crying anymore because I am still so angry she chose teenagers over me and our kids? She lied to these kids about her age and who she was. I can't get past this and want to live the rest of my life without her given what she has done. I have always been the forgiving type, but this thing is just messed up. Therapy seems to be helping me some, but still lots of sleepless nights and significant weight loss. I still wonder what these kids had over me and if I will ever get my manhood back. I still wonder how I will do as a single dad raising multiple young kids. I still struggle with how she could throw away everything she was given for a stupid ass lie to not only me and our kids but to those she was abusing. Update: now, it has been 6 months since I found out my wife was having multiple online affairs with minors. In that time I have taken our 3 kids and moved to a new state to start a new life and job. Although I am in therapy, I struggle to understand any of it. I don't get how my wife of 22 years and the mother of our 3 children could find comfort in a 14-year-old. She threw away everything for the lies she told these kids. I am pissed off every day by the fact that when the police showed up they did not directly take her to jail. Did I want her to go to jail? No, but there has to be consequences to the actions that people take. I struggle to wrap my head around how someone could get online and pretend to be someone else for 2 years while abusing these kids. I struggle with how I missed the signs of cheating. I struggle with my own anger towards her actions and how I could have married such a person. I have fallen into self-harm just to manage the internal conflict that I have and hope that my kids never see the scars I have put on my body. I wish that I could form such hatred towards this woman because of what she did to me and my 3 kids, but no matter how hard I try I just can't seem to do it. She once told me that it was just words and to her age was just a number and that she just got carried away, but I don't buy that line of BS. Those words hurt too much. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Oh man. This is terrible. I'm so sorry you're going through this shock. It may be helpful to focus on your kids as much as possible right now until you have the reserves to do a deep dive in counseling and unravel all this. Liars are so believable, until you've gotten burned. They tend to target good and empathetic people. I hope you find some peace soon. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.